To my first 10 subscribers. When I make it, PJ's not ethical. They bad for the environment. I might be PJ rich one day, but I don't know if I'm gonna use a PJ because that's I might do it for the one time. Mm. What's up, y'all? Welcome to episode 2 of Saturday School, a series where I study a skill or area that I wish I paid more attention to as a kid. Season 1 is about rap, and last week we kicked it off with Illmatic by Nas and Murder She Spoke by Lil Chat. If you want to check it out, it's the only other video on my page right now since this is episode 2. Now, if you're watching this in the future and I have more than 0 subscribers, and I've been doing this consistently, it's in the playlist called Saturday School with all the other episodes. Shout out to the people who are here early. If you're one of my first 10 subscribers, PJ's not ethical. They bad for the environment. I might be PJ rich one day, but I don't know if I'm gonna use a PJ because that's I might do it for the one time. To my first 10 subscribers. When I make it, what can we do? To my first 10 subscribers. Courtside seats, who knows? Courtside seats to a Grizzlies game. What else we got going? I'll think of something. I gotta get 10 subscribers before I think of something for my first 10 subscribers anyway. Leave me some ideas. What I don't know what I can do for my first 10, but hey, let me know what y'all like, and we'll workshop. We'll put something together. We gonna get on our Zoom. That's what's gonna happen. We need to get on our Zoom. That's what it is. All right, back to the actual episode. Let's go. Okay, today's first album is Enter the Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers by the Wu-Tang Clan. And when I was doing research, apparently Raekwon, Ghostface Killah, and Method Man was all in Wu-Tang Clan. Raekwon and Ghostface Killah didn't really surprise me because they just names I've heard, but I don't really know nothing about them because they all of this is before my time anyway, right? Method Man was the biggest surprise because to me, like one of my first introductions to Method Man was Scary Movie 3. Like Method Man is an actor who used to be a rapper before I was born. That's the generation that I'm from. So the fact that Method Man was in Wu-Tang Clan shocked me. So I'm excited to see what kind of rapper Method Man is. I don't want to be disrespectful, but I don't know. You know what I mean? Like that's why I'm listening to rap, because I'm in school. I don't know no better. But yeah, I'm excited to see what kind of rapper Method Man was at the time, in that moment, right? People change. I'm excited to see what kind of rapper Method Man was at the time, and I'm excited to see what Raekwon and Ghostface Killah was doing in the 90s, because when that album dropped, I wasn't even thought of, so we gonna see what they was up to. Another thing I'm excited is just kind of like I want to see who I end up liking the most in terms of like their musical style and stuff. Album number 2 is Black Rain by Queen Latifah. Now, the way I know Queen Latifah is very similar to the way that I know Method Man. The only song by Queen Latifah I can name is probably Unity, unless she did like a movie soundtrack or something that I just don't remember the name of. But like I know Queen Latifah as an actress more than I know her as a rapper, and that's just because I told you I'm a late '90s baby. Most of my life she's been an actor. I wasn't around for the rap, so I don't know. But that's why we in Saturday School. Lock in, get on your Zoom. You see what I'm saying? I know Queen Latifah from Set It Off, Beauty Shop, Taxi Driver, A Joyful Noise. I don't know Queen Latifah the rapper, so we gonna see what it's hitting on. Okay, I'm back. I listened to the album. It's 2:45 in the morning, going into Friday. Okay, I'm back. I listened to all the albums. It's coming up on 3 in the morning. As soon as I finish recording this, I'm putting my bonnet back on and I'm getting into bed. But I need to record because it's 2 a.m. It's gonna be 3 a.m. Friday morning, and the video gotta go out Saturday. So we pushing it. But I think this ain't the intro episode. The intro had a lot of stuff. It was my first time editing and getting all that stuff together. Now that I kind of know, I have a little bit of a process now, so I think that it should take less time to get everything together. This episode is also going to be shorter because I had less to say, because it's my fault for doing a Memphis artist on the first episode, knowing I love my city and knowing I'm going to talk, because I already ramble, right? right, I'm already a rambler, and it's Memphis, and I can talk about Memphis all day. So that was my fault. All right, let's get into the music. Into the Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers. Love the album. Excellent work. 10 out of 10. Um, Number one, favorite song. My favorite song would have been Method Man, the original version. But that intro was kind of scary. I'm like, oh, y'all real criminals. Y'all violent. I was like, see, me, I would be at Weenie Hut Jr.'s drinking my milkshake. They get into the salt. Those are salty spittoon type niggas. I'm a Weenie Hut Jr. nigga, and I'm proud to say it. I need me a little ID. I need me a little ID badge for Weenie Hut Juniors. Okay, I'm joking, but if it was honestly the only track that I like that I thought that I liked as much as, if not more than Method Man, was Seven Chambers Part Two. That conclusion, I liked the original a lot. I think I gave it like 4 stars or something. Another question I had listening to the album, because I'm like, it captured the human experience. You know what I mean? And I was like, if intelligent life exists somewhere out there in the universe, would they also have music? Or is that something that's innately like human or earthen, I guess? I want to say innately human. It could be some indigenous folks out there that got something to say on music from the earth. Like, when whales communicate, we call them whale songs, right? I just seen something a while back about how the Inuit people are pushing for whales to be recognized as people because of how intelligent they are, and like their belief system and stuff honors whales, and they see whales as like almost, I want to say they see whales as like equal to people because of how intelligent they are and how complex their like social structures and things are, and how similar they are to us. That was a tangent. We're gonna get back into the video. That's me being off task. Okay, I lied. The song I gave 4 stars was The Mystery of Chess Boxing. Oh, this is on the back. See. I had to use my extra paper for this one. Yeah, 7 Chamber Part 2. Okay, bet. We figured out when we edit. Yes, oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Okay. Maybe the key to going viral is to not edit out all of my like ADHD brain making noises. Maybe somebody will find this entertaining while I try and get my thoughts together at 3 a.m. Okay. I just know my posture looked crazy. I just know my posture was crazy in that moment. So yeah, favorite track, Method Man, the original version. Second favorite track, 7 Chambers Part 2. Honestly, I like that track more than Method Man, but yeah, you know what? We gonna say favorite track, 7 Chambers Part 2. We ain't even gonna worry about all that. But I guess my least favorite track was the acapella version of Cream. Also, I did not know Cream was a Wu-Tang thing. Like I thought Cream, my introduction to the acronym Cream came from Biggie Smalls. Like that's the first person I heard mention it. I didn't know that was I didn't talk, nigga. You know how to talk. You've been talking for your whole life. Having a stutter and being talkative is crazy, because why have I been talking nonstop my whole life and I still ain't figured out how to talk in one sentence without stumbling over my words? That's one for the scientists. Somebody out there don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway. I mean, it's Friday. The video is supposed to go out Saturday. I got plans this weekend. I'm gonna run through these notes a little bit, maybe a little bit quicker, but also a little more. I'm gonna run through these notes a little bit more efficiently. So let's get into it. I'm gonna be looking. You know to look down, look up, because I'm reading what I wrote. It's handwritten. Respect the handwritten work. I wrote a page. I wrote almost another page and a half this time. Okay. Bring the Ruckus, cool intro. I liked how they had like almost like the old school karate movies. I don't know if it was just school for them because they old, no disrespect, but like, was it just school, or was it nostalgic for them, or was it just like a reference of the times? You know what I mean? I don't know what was happening in 1993. I wasn't there. Okay, I said okay. So when I heard Ghostface Killer, I was like, this definitely don't sound like the New York that I know. but I guess they from a different part of New York than Nas. Maybe I like how they had that narration going, and it brought out the nerd in me for sure. Um, ODB kind of sounded like his mouth full when he rapped, at least at the beginning. But over time, I got used to his voice, and I was like, okay, that's cool. Like I like it. I like his style of rap. I had to adjust to it. His voice sounds weighted, if that makes sense, right? I like RZA a lot. I like the bifocals bar on Shame on a Nigga. Method Man, I did not know Method Man had bars like that. Like I'm 27. Most of my life, Method Man has been an actor. As a black person, I knew Method Man was an actor. I knew Method Man was a rapper, in like back in the day, in like the early '90s and stuff. I didn't know he was in Wu-Tang Clan. I didn't know that nigga had bars. Like it wasn't all there for me. You see what I'm saying? Like I mean, I wasn't there for him as a rapper. I wasn't even thought of. So like, respect to Method Man. He cold. I low-key think my favorite out of everybody was Gizza. I don't remember how they said it. I told y'all it's 3 a.m. It's 3 a.m. I've been up all day. I'm gonna do my best with what I got. Okay, yeah, Gizza. I like his wordplay a lot. Like that Ella Fitzgerald bar went crazy. It was like a fifth, sixth. What? Why? I'm like, why is it so many people? Yeah, we was on the first version of Seven Chamber. Seven Chamber, the first, Seven Chamber Part 1. I like the background sounds. I like Method Man a lot on that song. And then I heard somebody else. That's when I was like, why is it? It's six of y'all, seven, eight. Who knows? I stopped counting. I stopped counting after I heard like a sixth name. And then Ghostface Killer said something about math. I was like, math? What are y'all doing that over? What are y'all doing over there? Unless he mean meth like Method Man. But I doubt it. He might. Like it was. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm just gonna chalk it up to what y'all was doing, things that y'all was doing. I like the intermission a lot. I want to say it was like it could all be so simple. That was a very nice intermission. I'm expanding my palette, right? I'm a very chill, calm dude. That's why like when people are doing a lot, I'm not there. So when people not doing a lot and it's still rap, I'm like, So when I have more time to dedicate, if you know some rappers that are like chill but not like but I'm also I realize this is a lot of New York stuff, and this might be some New York energy. It could just be like I'm from the South. We take things slow. We don't do a whole lot, right? So it could just be that. That could just be part of why it is. But I'm gonna keep going. I said I like how they talking about their dreams and goals on intermission, and how they kind of introducing the reasons behind their names. And it's crazy because that album been out for 30 years, and a lot of them niggas are still famous and still relevant in different ways today. They was like they was like we not just trying to jump in and jump out, because that's not what they did. They made careers out of it, which I think is real cool to kind of look at in retrospect. I really like the mystery of chess boxing. That's probably my top 3. Seven Chamber, either version, honestly. I'm gonna say Seven Chamber Part 2, Method Man, The Mystery of Chess Boxing. No particular order, but those are my 3 favorite songs. Homicide is illegal and death is a penalty. Insane observation of the state right there. I like that a lot. And then the next track, Wu-Tang Clan, Ain't Nothing to with. I said I like that melodic, like Scooby Doo, like ooh something. I don't remember it now. Like I told y'all. I'm gonna keep saying it. It's 3 a.m, but I'm here. I'm doing it. I'm trying to be consistent. Even if it's 3 a.m, I will make something of this content. Cream was the next trick. I said cream. I'm like, this down? Bet. He said, life as a shorty shouldn't be so rough. And I'm like, yeah, it's unfortunate what a lot of people go through. And then when he did that, either that double rhyme or like that slant rhyme with the word clutch, if I can get a picture of the lyrics, I might put them on screen to show you what I'm talking about. But that really like it scratched my linguistic itch. I'm like, oh, you're an artist. Yeah, Method Man. The first thing I wrote was WTF with 3 question marks, because what is y'all talking about? Y'all, that's it. That's evil. I said they foul. I said I'm not getting in the salty platoon, and I'm okay with that. then I was like, and then as soon as, and then I was like, okay, the rest of the song was actually amazing. 3.8 stars only because of the intro, and I said 3.8 not because it's that bad, and 3.8 ain't even bad, but three. I was just like, because I rated another song 4, and I was like, I can't give it 4 because the intro scarred me a little bit. I was like, I don't like it. It's not for me. I'm not a rough and tough kind of guy. Okay, that's everything on this page. I gotta go to the back for. I did once I got to the end. I didn't write a whole lot, so we almost through. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. For Protect Your Neck, I just kind of was like listening to it and enjoying the song, and I was like, I'm writing less and I'm vibing more, which I don't mind at all. Tears, I was more skits and like sounded like it had that old radio, that old time like 1930s 1920s radio song edit kind of not edit radio like song that they kind of threw in there, which I liked a lot. The beat was very, very nice. More, and I was like, just more cautionary tales about being safe and practicing safe sex and stuff like that, which is real cool. Seven Chamber Part 2. I was like, I'm gonna get. I was like, we ain't all the way through with the album because there's 3 more tracks. So I was like 4.5 maybe. I wanted to do 5. I said, this joint is crazy. They said, never teach the Wu-Tang secret. And I like how they ended it with, I like how they started with that like karate, that old kung fu movie narration and ended it with the same thing. It like brought it together real well. Because I know, because track 12 technically was the conclusion, but it was 3 bonus tracks, like additional versions of other songs. I listened to the bonus tracks anyway because it was all together. Protect Your Neck, Shaolin version. I like the Shaolin version better than the original version of Protect Your Neck, but both versions still great. Method Man Homegrown version still a banger, and it slick sound. I was like, do somebody got a? It sounded like somebody had a lisp because it's the homegrown version. It might just be like how they recorded it, and certain letters and sounds just weren't picked up clearly. But yeah, other than that, it was a great song. But I'm like, I said, Method Man was really a rapper. That's so wild. The Cream acapella version was cool. It was Cream was acapella. The only thing I will say that I noted here and not here. Let me see. Okay, yeah. So I said, even though I wasn't a fan of the acapella version, I definitely like being able to hear the raw raps without the music and the noise kind of distracting from the actual emotion and raw feelings in the words that they were saying. So that was even though it wasn't my favorite song, I still like being able to get that side of music. I said you can hear their emotions and it's almost like you write in the studio or like they write in your ear rapping. And I thought that was a real interesting way to feel music. I think my favorite thing about 36 Chambers was the movie style composition of it for real. The background sound effects, the conversations on the interludes, all of it was just immersive and fun to listen to. And that's on top of like the beats and the lyrics and everything else. Like that was just like my favorite part about the album was the way that it was crafted. I started recording at 2:45. It's 3:11. I thought I was gonna be done with all of this. I'm barely touching the second album, but let's get into it. Album number 2, Black Rain by Queen Latifah. Favorite song, Just Another Day. Least favorite song, Rough. One notable quality about the artist's style, lyricism, flow, or accent. I said she could sing, rap, produce, and she was switching between accents flawlessly enough that I thought she was a different person, or at least part Jamaican. When the first time she switched to that Jamaican accent, I thought that was a different person. I did not know that was still Queen Latifah. I did not know Queen Latifah could sing like that. I didn't know she could rap like that. I knew she was a rapper back in the day. I done heard Unity, I done heard clips of Unity. I seen her performing with Glorilla, but I didn't know she was a rapper for real. Like I knew she was a rapper, but I didn't know she was like that. That's crazy. Okay. One thing you would compliment the artist for on this album, I said she can sing. I didn't know she was that multifaceted. I know most big artists back then were in one way or another like just talented or multifaceted. But it's still cool to see that side of an artist or like talent that I thought I knew well. You know what I mean? But I didn't know she was moving like that. Like she got bars, bro. It's crazy. Okay. I wrote a lot. It's 3:14. My bed is calling my name. And I don't even get sleepy like that. I got insomnia, but my bed is calling my name. Episode 1, well rested. Episode 2, Will rest? Question mark. I'm gonna leave a lot of this in hopes that it gives me like that it shows my personality. But this is my sleep deprived personality. This is not my fully well rested personality. It's also been construction going on for the last like week or two in my apartment building. So like it's just my sleep ain't been sleeping. Look, we ball. Mm-hmm. Okay. As soon as it came on, I was like, she from New York too? I did not know I put that many people from New York on the list. Actually, at the time of recording this, I actually had to go back and rework my syllabus because I was like, why are 70% of these people from New York? And if they're not from New York, they from New Jersey. Or I'm like, bro, why are all of y'all from the same place? And I'm sure, I just like I know that everybody, just like I know that North Memphis ain't South Memphis, I know Queens ain't Brooklyn and Staten Island ain't Queens. But y'all from the same, y'all, three of the numbers in y'all zip code is probably the same. You see what I'm saying? Like, y'all close enough that I can group you together. I said, is she from New York too? I was like, I guess it makes sense. Give me 5 on the black hand side. I liked it a lot. I said, this is not the Queen Latifah that I'm familiar with. And then what do that? I can't read my handwriting. Oh, definitely like this one. And then listen to me. I heard a little. I was like, church organ, reggae. People all over listening to Queen. Can't nobody put a padlock on your mind. I like that line a lot. Can't nobody put a padlock on your mind. I said, I'm 2 tracks in, almost halfway through my lines on this paper. I can't understand. I said, that sounds like something on FPBA. Why did I make up acronyms knowing I wouldn't remember them later? Get your life together. Oh, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. See, we're here. I said I can't understand. It sounded like something on Fresh. It sounded like something on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and I guess it's just. But it was a similar time influence. They are New York, whatever. Will was in New York, and then his auntie said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air," and that's how we got to where we got. Right. I said, "Is that Queen Latifah singing?" I was like, "Is this iconic style just New York domination, or is Will Smith?" Ah, yes. Okay, found my train of thought. So I said, "I Can't Understand" is a song where if I heard it, I would be like, that song is from the 90s. And it reminds you of like the Fresh Prince, all that kind of like that almost that like the 90s you think of when you think of 90s music and like energy and like trends, right? So because of that, my question was, is this iconic style just New York domination, or is Will Smith also just a New York nigga, right? Um, Rough. I was like, glue your titties to your tongue. Y'all. That right there. I was like, yeah, I'm not rough. I was like, y'all doing a whole lot. I said it's got a heavy, aggressive in your face type beat. They like it rough. Song matches the beat. I was like, who the Jamaican dude? The Jamaican dude might have been Queen Latifah because I told you when I heard it, every Jamaican accent I heard. It took me a minute to realize that like that was her doing that accent in certain parts. I'm like, who is this feature on the song? Like I know Tony Rebel was later on there toward the end, but I was like, is this? I didn't realize it was her in some places. An interlude specifically called "For the DJs" was very, very nice. I thought that was a real cool touch. I liked how chill it was. Bring the flavor. I liked my favorite bar was when she said something about an anvil, and then she said andale. She rhymed anvil with andale, and I was like, okay, I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Wordplay crazy out the gate. Texaco, Mexico. Green, I like green like a booger. Blast the shoes off your crusty feet was funny. I said Christmas bells, no. Coochie bang. Promoting safe sex, because that just came on with Christmas bells, and I was like, ain't no way, bro. Why y'all Christmas? I was like, Christmas bells. I don't even know if the album came out around Christmas, but that's a crazy title for a song, by the way. I really like the beat. I said And then she said, teaching people how to stand on business. She said, the only thing that's on is your clothes. Superstar. I said, I like the chorus a lot. She just speaking her truth. The honey, I like the way that she drove the honey into the money bar. I like that a lot. I like this beat and chorus a lot. No work. I like the fun. I like the funkiness of no work. And then I was like, I can't just say I like this beat every time I hear a new song because that's what kept happening. I was like, okay, I like this too. I was like, oh, I like this too. I can't just keep doing it. That because then it's just gonna be the same thing. It's just gonna be the same commentary. Just the flow interlude. I was like, oh, interlude. It was an interlude, but I was like, words on an interlude. Go crazy. All right. Just another day. I said, is this Queen Latifah singing like this? She can really sing for real. Beautiful song, lyrics, beautiful vibe all around. Definitely a new favorite. And then Unity. I said I know the song, but I only really know the chorus. I like when she said instinct leads to another flow. I like that a lot. She punched the nigga for sexual harassment. I was like, okay, I appreciate standing on business. I like it. She said, you say I'm nothing without you, but I'm nothing with you. I like that. I said this is a banger with a message. Jumping girls after school and can't read is crazy. She said what it was something that somewhere she was basically it was somebody was jumping girls after school, and I'm like, the same person that was just failing that can't read at school, and you jumping people. I'm like, how you jumping people and you can't read? Crazy. Weekend Love was nice. It's definitely up there for me. I like what Tony Rebel added to the song. It was very nice. Mood is Right gave me all that vibes. I liked her for more than just the physical, and then I like when she used the word expound, like expound on it. That was a nice bar. The last song on the album is Winky's Theme. It was dedicated to her brother who passed away. Honestly, but when I went into the song and she in the first probably 30 seconds of the song, she says, this is for my brother Winky. You can tell it's you basically immediately know it's a dedication to her brother. And when I heard that, I was like, I'm not finna analyze nothing that's a dedication to somebody who passed away. That's just raw emotion. You know what I mean? I ain't finna be like, oh, this was a good song or a bad song. So I just kind of listened to it and appreciated it for what it was. It was a great song. I liked it. The fact that Queen Latifah produced it as well, I'm like, oh, this was all her, and and I think it was cool. I think it was very cool to see what a song that was produced and performed and written by the same person. I hate that my first intro to that was, the song that she wrote about her late brother, but at the same time, it's just it's a cool side to see of an artist, even though it sucks and rest in peace to her brother, right? She said she had an angel watching over her, which I thought was sweet. At first, I didn't know she produced it, so I said, I wonder what kind of person her brother was, and now she chose this instrumental or this beat, and then I was like, wait, she produced it. So then my next thought was I wonder if she made the song based on what spoke to her and her emotions in the moment, or if she wrote the song based on what reminded her of him, or was it a combination of both? Either way, the whole album was an amazing listening experience. I love the album from start to finish. And those are all my notes. Oh my God, it's 3:25. I'm finna wrap up. We finna go to sleep. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up my thoughts on these two albums. If you've listened to either album or even just the album from episode 1, which you can go check out, it's also already on my channel, feel free to drop a comment and let me know what you think. Do you think the two albums were comparable? All right, time for the final thoughts part of our worksheet. Which album did you prefer, and why did you prefer this album over the other one? I think this part I didn't prepare, so I gotta really think about it. Y'all will get the cut straight to the thoughts. This I'm a thing, but it might be a minute or two for me, but it's gonna be for y'all. All right, you see how fast that was for you? That was like 3 minutes for me. I really debated. I really couldn't. What's the word? I was finna. It's not even important, but I debated. I thought about it real hard for 3 minutes, and I will say my favorite album Nigga, I can add a drum roll effect in later. What am I doing? My favorite album was Black Rain. And the reason being, I found myself like enjoying the album more and more as it went on. And it was like Rough was the only rough song on the album. Everything else, like, yeah, it was New York, it was tough, but once again, Winnie Hunt Jr., general manager over here. You see what I'm saying? Like, it was, and that's fine. Like, I'm not from that life. Like, I didn't grow up in it, so it's just, I'm like, y'all kind of aggressive. But the beat, the composition of the album is phenomenal. It just, some stuff just wasn't my speed, even though I fully enjoyed the album a whole lot, but I think Black Rain reigns this week. See, I'm finna be a rapper in like 3 weeks. All we got left to do now is go over homework for next week. We riding back into the South with Riding Dirty by UGK and Miss E So Addictive by the Missy Elliott. Boom, bop, bam. That's everything for this week. Class dismissed.